Welcome everyone. I'm excited to welcome you to today's presentation. We will be exploring a comprehensive guide to mastering quality assurance principles, methodologies, and best practices. Our goal is to help you build excellence in every process. This is the end of course review for our session on quality assurance management. Over the next few slides, we'll cover key concepts, strategies, and practical tips to enhance your understanding and application of quality assurance. Let's get started. Let's start by understanding that QA, or quality assurance, is fundamentally about improving systems and processes. Its main goal is to identify and reduce defects right at their source, which not only helps in preventing problems, but also boosts overall customer satisfaction. When we focus on root causes rather than just symptoms, we create sustainable improvements in quality that benefit both our organization and our customers. It's important to recognize that knowing QA's primary goals is key for effective management. These goals include maintaining consistency across our products and services, building trust with our customers, and establishing reliable systems that support long-term success. Quality assurance, or QA, is a systematic approach to making sure our products and services meet the standards we've set, while also satisfying what our customers expect. Think of QA as a proactive philosophy. It's all about prevention rather than just catching issues after they happen. So, in this presentation, we'll explore how QA management plays a vital role in achieving these goals, and how it aligns with our overall focus on continuous improvement and customer satisfaction. Let's take a moment to consider the primary goal of quality assurance management. At its core, it's all about ensuring product quality. While secondary goals like reducing operational costs or enhancing product features are important and can support the organization's success, they should never overshadow the central mission of guaranteeing quality and customer satisfaction. These supporting goals are valuable, but only when quality remains our guiding principle. When we implement QA systems effectively, they proactively detect and prevent defects before products even reach our customers. This approach not only reduces costs, but also helps protect our brand reputation by avoiding issues that could damage trust. The key idea here is prevention. Rather than just detecting problems after they occur, we aim to prevent them altogether. That's why quality assurance creates real value. It ensures our customers receive reliable, defect-free products that meet their needs and expectations. Ultimately, our fundamental aim is to deliver products that consistently meet or exceed established quality standards and customer expectations. This focus on quality is what truly drives customer satisfaction and supports our overall success. When we think about factors like affordability and aesthetic appeal, they certainly play a role in our purchasing decisions and how satisfied we feel with a product. However, when it comes to the core idea of fitness for use, these aspects are actually less central. Instead, fitness for use emphasizes how well a product performs its intended function reliably and effectively. This includes key dimensions such as performance, which means meeting functional requirements effectively, usability, or how intuitive and easy the product is to operate, durability, referring to long-lasting construction and materials, and reliability, which is about consistent performance without failures. These dimensions together form a comprehensive view of quality, directly perceived by customers. Essentially, fitness for use is a customer-centered concept. It means that a product not only meets the actual needs of the user, but also performs reliably over time and remains usable throughout its expected life cycle. So, in the context of quality management, understanding what fitness for use really entails helps us focus on delivering products that truly satisfy customer needs and expectations. W. Edwards Deming is widely recognized as the father of modern quality management. His revolutionary ideas have truly transformed manufacturing and business operations around the world. One of his key contributions was the development of Deming's 14 Points for Management, which continue to be highly influential today. These points emphasize the importance of reducing variation in processes, which is essential for achieving consistent quality. His work didn't just stay in theory. It led to a post-World War II revolution in Japanese manufacturing. Deming introduced concepts like continuous improvement, statistical process control, and systematic approaches to quality management. These ideas helped establish new standards that many industries still follow today. So, when we talk about the foundation of modern quality practices, Deming's legacy is central. His approach fundamentally changed how organizations think about quality, making it an integral part of their operations. This enduring impact underscores why he is regarded as a pivotal figure in the field of quality management. This slide highlights how a customer-centric approach can really transform a business. When we focus on the customer first, it naturally leads to stronger loyalty. Loyal customers are more likely to come back repeatedly, which boosts our revenue over time. Plus, by consistently putting the customer at the center of our strategies, we gain a sustainable competitive advantage. That's something that's hard for competitors to imitate. Building loyalty requires us to actively listen. We need to gather insights about what our customers prefer, what frustrates them, and what outcomes they're really seeking. This isn't just about collecting data, it's about understanding their needs deeply. Understanding these preferences is crucial because it helps us create genuine value. It's not enough to just offer a product or service. We have to know what customers truly need and expect. This understanding ensures we deliver solutions that resonate with them and meet their expectations. And that brings us to delivering value. When we align our offerings with customer insights, we forge stronger relationships. In quality management, thinking from the customer's perspective means consistently aiming to exceed their expectations, ensuring they see real value in what we provide. So overall, adopting this customer-focused mindset is key to building loyalty, staying competitive, and ultimately achieving long-term success in the marketplace. Let's talk about how a process focus really drives consistency, reliability, and top-quality products. By systematically controlling and improving our processes, we can ensure that each step contributes to delivering the best results. When we aim for quality outcomes, our goal is to maximize process efficiency. That means doing things right the first time, reducing errors, waste, and unnecessary variation that can compromise quality. Efficiency optimization is all about ongoing refinement, constantly tweaking our production and operational processes. This continuous improvement helps us perform better and better over time. This shift to a process-focused approach marks a fundamental change from traditional inspection-based quality control. Instead of just catching defects after they happen, we focus on designing and maintaining stable, well-structured processes that naturally produce quality. In essence, embracing a process focus in quality management means recognizing that consistent quality stems from well-designed, stable, and constantly improving processes. This approach aligns perfectly with our overall goal of delivering better products more efficiently. Now, let's talk about how SPC helps us identify exactly when intervention is needed. This is crucial because it allows us to prevent defects before they even happen, saving us both time and resources by reducing waste. When we implement timely intervention, we can maintain a stable process, which is key to consistent quality. Speaking of stability, SPC helps us distinguish between common cause variations, which are natural fluctuations, and special cause variations that indicate something abnormal is happening. By analyzing data in real time, we can react quickly and appropriately, keeping our processes under control. To do this effectively, we use tools like control charts, capability analysis, and other statistical methods. These tools help us spot abnormal patterns or behaviors in our processes early on, so we can address issues proactively rather than reactively. Overall, SPC provides us with objective, data-driven insights into how our processes are performing. This not only helps us make informed decisions, but also empowers us to intervene at the right moments, ultimately preventing defects before they occur. In essence, Statistical process control is a powerful methodology that combines statistical analysis with visual tools to monitor and control variations. This way, we ensure our processes stay stable and capable, aligning perfectly with our goal of maintaining high-quality standards. Let's talk about how Design for Quality, or DFQ, helps us significantly cut costs. By focusing on proactive design, we can reduce expenses related to defects, rework, warranty claims, and even customer dissatisfaction. Essentially, catching issues early saves money down the line. This approach involves designing products from the very beginning to meet quality standards. Instead of trying to fix problems after the product is finished, we build compliance right into the design process. This means quality is integrated from the start, not retrofitted later. Now, meeting standards early is crucial. When we design with quality in mind from the outset, we minimize the risk of non-compliance and costly revisions later. It's about being proactive rather than reactive. DFQ's goal is to maximize product performance and reliability. We do this through intelligent design decisions that anticipate how customers will use the product and what conditions it will face. By understanding these factors early, we can optimize performance and ensure the product performs well in real-world scenarios. In essence, Design for Quality is a proactive philosophy. Instead of relying solely on inspection or testing at the end, we embed quality into every stage of development. This way, quality becomes a fundamental part of the product, starting from the very beginning. On this slide, we're focusing on how control charts serve as essential tools for maintaining quality. First, they are fundamental statistical tools in quality management, providing a visual representation of how our process performs over time. This visual aspect helps us see at a glance whether everything is operating within acceptable limits. Next, control charts continuously track our quality metrics during production, giving us a real-time picture of how well our process is functioning. This ongoing monitoring is crucial because it allows us to spot potential issues as they happen, rather than after defects have occurred. Now, one of their most important features is their ability to plot process data chronologically. By doing this, control charts highlight variations, trends, or patterns that might signal a quality concern. Recognizing these early signs helps us understand when something might be drifting out of control. Finally, and perhaps most critically, control charts enable us to take timely corrective actions. By identifying trends or out-of-control processes quickly, we can intervene early, before defects accumulate, and prevent larger problems down the line. This proactive approach is key to maintaining high-quality production and reducing waste. Now, once we've identified a successful solution, the next step is to standardize it and implement it broadly across the relevant areas. Of course, if the results aren't satisfactory, we need to revisit the cycle, make adjustments, and try again. It's also essential to document what we learn along the way, so we can build on those insights in future cycles. Moving on, after implementing the solution, we need to measure and evaluate the results. This means comparing the actual outcomes against what we expected and carefully analyzing any differences. Doing this helps us understand whether our solution is truly effective. Before full-scale implementation, it's wise to test changes on a smaller scale, like a pilot or trial. This allows us to see how the solution performs in a controlled environment, minimizing risks and making sure everything works as intended before broader deployment. At the core of this process is thoroughly understanding the problem. We need to identify the root causes, develop hypotheses based on data, and analyze these insights to guide our solutions. All of this fits into the PDCA cycle, also known as the Deming cycle. It's a systematic, four-step, iterative approach, plan, do, check, act, that fosters continuous improvement. This cycle ensures that solutions are tested, validated, and refined before they're fully implemented, helping us improve processes consistently over time. In summary, the problem-solving process with PDCA is about planning carefully, testing solutions on a small scale, checking the results, and then acting based on what we've learned. If the results are promising, we standardize and expand. If not, we revisit the cycle, refine our approach, and keep improving. This framework guides organizations towards sustained success by integrating key elements into a cohesive system that's focused on delivering results and creating value for stakeholders. It's designed to be comprehensive, addressing all the critical dimensions of organizational performance. First, it evaluates the workforce environment, engagement strategies, and how organizations develop workforce capabilities. This helps ensure that the organization's people are aligned, motivated, and equipped to perform at their best. Next, it reviews how organizations select, gather, analyze, and use data to support decision-making and drive continuous improvement. This measurement and analysis component is vital for making informed choices and tracking progress effectively. Then, it examines how organizations determine customer requirements, build strong relationships, and measure satisfaction. Customer focus is central because understanding and meeting customer needs directly impact success. The framework also looks at how strategic objectives and action plans are developed, deployed, and tracked. Strategic planning ensures that everyone in the organization is aligned and moving toward common goals. Finally, it evaluates how senior leaders guide the organization, setting the vision, creating core values, and fostering an environment that supports high performance. Leadership excellence is the foundation for inspiring teams and sustaining excellence over time. Overall, the Malcolm Baldrige framework provides a holistic, integrated approach to organizational performance. It helps organizations not just improve in isolated areas, but achieve sustainable excellence across all dimensions. Effective leaders understand that achieving performance excellence is about more than just having policies and procedures in place. It truly requires a genuine commitment from everyone, visible engagement from leadership, and a consistent effort to reinforce the core values of quality throughout the organization. This means allocating resources wisely to support our quality goals, ensuring that we have the tools and support needed to succeed. It also means modeling the behaviors we want to see, being accountable ourselves, and demonstrating the standards we expect from others. Inspiring and motivating employees is key. Encouraging active participation in quality initiatives helps build a strong culture of continuous improvement. Leaders set the tone by establishing a clear strategic direction and a compelling vision that guides the entire organization toward excellence. Remember, leadership plays the most critical role in both achieving and sustaining high performance. It's not just about managing quality programs, it's about embodying those quality values and inspiring others to commit to them. When leaders act as true champions of quality, they ignite passion and dedication across the organization, making excellence a shared goal. Effective measurement and knowledge management systems are essential for creating organizational learning. When we have these systems in place, it enables us to respond quickly to challenges and to seize new opportunities. They also help us continuously improve performance across all functions of the organization. By leveraging data-driven insights, we can make informed decisions, prioritize the most impactful improvements, and boost overall organizational performance. Transforming raw data into actionable insights is a key part of this process. This involves identifying patterns, trends, and areas where we can improve through rigorous analysis. The more systematically we gather relevant data, from processes, outcomes, customer feedback, and market conditions, the better our information base becomes. This comprehensive approach allows us to make smarter, more strategic decisions that align with our goals. Ultimately, effective measurement and knowledge management are about turning data into knowledge that empowers us to act decisively and continuously enhance our performance across the organization. DFSS, or Design for Six Sigma, uses specialized tools and methodologies to optimize product performance and achieve near-perfect quality levels. Some of these key tools include Quality Function Deployment, or QFD, which helps us translate customer needs into specific design features. We also use robust parameter design to ensure our products are resilient under various conditions, and design failure modes and effects analysis, or DFMEA, to identify potential failures early on. The goal is to validate our designs before we move into full-scale production, ensuring quality from the start. By integrating customer requirements early in the development process, we can prevent defects through smart, thoughtful design rather than relying solely on detection later. This approach emphasizes designing for high reliability and minimal variation, which ultimately leads to better quality and fewer issues down the line. Now, it's important to understand that DFSS is a disciplined, data-driven approach. Unlike traditional Six Sigma methods like DMAIC, which focus on improving existing processes, DFSS is about building quality into new designs from the ground up. It's a proactive strategy that ensures our products meet Six Sigma quality standards right from the beginning, helping us deliver exceptional value to our customers. Ensuring lasting customer satisfaction and loyalty really comes down to delivering quality that creates real value. When we do that, we're not just making a one-time sale, we're fostering long-term relationships and encouraging repeat business. Building loyalty is about more than just the product. It's about the entire experience and trust we establish with our customers. To achieve this, we need to design and align our product and service delivery systems so they consistently meet or even exceed customer expectations. This means paying attention to every touchpoint, the moment the customer interacts with us, making sure each one is seamless and satisfying. Another crucial aspect is understanding what customers truly need. Often, they tell us what they want, but we need to go deeper, uncovering those latent needs that aren't immediately obvious. This requires research, engagement, and really listening to what's beneath the surface. At the core of all this is a fundamental truth. Understanding customer needs and expectations isn't just important, it's the foundation of effective quality management. If we don't grasp what our customers truly value, everything else becomes a shot in the dark. So, keeping the customer at the center of our efforts is what drives sustained quality and loyalty. Now, an important note to keep in mind is that decentralized decision-making is not a core principle of TQM. Instead, TQM emphasizes structured leadership, a collaborative culture, and strategic coordination across the entire organization. Quality must be integrated into all departments, which means breaking down silos and encouraging teamwork. When everyone is working together, the focus shifts from individual efforts to the overall system's effectiveness. This brings us to the concept of an integrated system. It's crucial to focus on improving processes, not blaming people when issues arise. Quality naturally develops from well-designed, stable processes that are continuously refined. Related to that is the process-centered approach. Here, every employee has a role to play. Frontline workers, in particular, often have the best insights into what can be improved because they're directly involved in the day-to-day work. Employee involvement is key. Quality improvement isn't a one-time effort, it's ongoing. Organizations need to constantly look for better ways to serve their customers and enhance their processes. And of course, everything begins and ends with the customer. Understanding and meeting customer needs while exceeding their expectations is at the heart of TQM. Finally, remember that TQM is a comprehensive management philosophy. It requires participation from everyone, from top leadership to frontline employees, all working together to embed quality into every aspect of the organization. Now, let's look at how making processes visible through process mapping can really transform the way we work. When we create visual representations of workflows, it allows us to analyze each step systematically. This means we can spot improvement opportunities more easily and then implement changes that actually make a difference. These changes can lead to increased efficiency, fewer errors, and better quality outcomes. Process mapping also facilitates better communication among all stakeholders. When everyone can see the process laid out visually, it's easier to understand and discuss. It supports data-driven improvements, helping us base decisions on solid information rather than assumptions. You'll notice that process maps highlight decision points and handoffs, which are critical moments where errors or delays often happen. They also reveal redundant activities and waste, so we can eliminate unnecessary steps. Plus, process maps help us identify inefficiencies and bottlenecks that slow us down. Another key benefit is that they clarify each process step and the sequence in which they occur, making complex workflows much easier to grasp. Overall, process mapping creates visual tools that turn abstract procedures into concrete, actionable diagrams, making processes more understandable and easier to improve. This is why visualizing workflows is such a powerful technique in process improvement. This structured approach helps prevent teams from jumping to conclusions too quickly. Instead, it encourages a thorough investigation of all possible contributing factors before deciding on corrective actions. By doing so, we ensure that no potential root cause is overlooked. It also creates a shared visual reference, which is really helpful during team discussions. This common visual helps facilitate consensus building and promotes collaborative problem-solving efforts, making the process more effective. When facilitating the discussion, organizing causes into major categories is key. These categories typically include people, process, materials, equipment, environment, and measurement. Categorizing causes helps us analyze the problem comprehensively, ensuring we cover all possible angles. Organizing causes by category allows teams to systematically identify and explore all potential root causes, contributing to a specific quality problem or effect. This method keeps the analysis structured and thorough. One of the most powerful tools we use here is the cause and effect diagram, also known as the Fishbone or Ishikawa diagram, named after its creator, Kaoru Ishikawa. It's a visual tool that helps us identify and organize potential root causes for quality issues. In essence, this diagram provides a clear, organized way to trace back from the effect to its possible causes. It's an invaluable part of root cause analysis, supporting us in uncovering the underlying issues efficiently and effectively. Organizations use the Baldrige framework for more than just applying for the award. It's a powerful self-assessment tool that helps identify strengths, uncover opportunities for improvement, and even benchmark against industry best practices. The framework offers comprehensive criteria that cover key areas like leadership, strategic planning, customer focus, measurement, workforce, operations, and results. It provides a structured way to evaluate and improve, motivating companies to enhance quality, productivity, and overall competitiveness through ongoing assessment and feedback. And it's not just about self-improvement. Organizations that demonstrate exceptional performance across multiple dimensions, including leadership, results, and customer satisfaction, are recognized and honored. This brings us to the Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Award, which is the highest level of national recognition for performance excellence in the U.S. established in 1987. It sets a standard for organizational excellence and serves as a benchmark for what top-tier performance looks like. So, whether organizations are aiming for the award or just striving to improve internally, the Baldrige framework plays a crucial role in advancing organizational success. Effective benchmarking is a powerful tool that helps us accelerate improvement by learning directly from the successes of others. It allows us to understand what high performers are doing right, avoid their mistakes, and set performance targets that are both realistic and ambitious, based on proven achievements. By doing this, we create a clear path for continuous progress. Tracking performance improvements is essential. It helps us identify where we are making gains and where gaps still exist. From there, we can close those gaps and keep the cycle of improvement going, making sure we're always moving forward. When we measure improvement, it's important to customize and implement best practices within our own organization. We need to adapt these practices to fit our unique context and specific needs, ensuring they work effectively for us. Studying how high performers achieve their results is also crucial. By understanding their methods, tools, and approaches in detail, we can replicate what works and tailor it to our environment. The first step in benchmarking is to research and identify organizations that excel in the areas relevant to our goals. Whether they are industry leaders, competitors, or even organizations outside our sector, learning from their successes gives us valuable insights. At its core, benchmarking is a systematic process. It involves identifying, understanding, and adapting best practices from high-performing organizations. This process helps us improve our internal processes and overall performance. In the context of quality management, benchmarking becomes a vital strategy. It pushes us to learn from others, refine our practices, and strive for excellence through continuous improvement. Let's start by emphasizing the importance of documenting customer requirements, deliverables, and stakeholder expectations. Doing so helps ensure everyone stays aligned and focused throughout the project, reducing misunderstandings and keeping us on track. Next, it's crucial to clarify the requirements by establishing specific and measurable project objectives. This includes defining what success looks like and setting clear boundaries for the project scope. When we know exactly what we're aiming for, it's easier to measure progress and stay aligned. Setting project goals involves clearly articulating the core problem or opportunity for improvement. We need to understand what's wrong, why it matters to our customers, and how fixing it will benefit the business. This clarity guides our efforts and keeps us motivated. The structured approach we're discussing, covering defining, measuring, analyzing, improving, and controlling, ensures our improvements are systematic and data-driven. This method leads to sustainable results that stand the test of time. Now, focusing on the DMAIC framework, which is central to Six Sigma, it's a step-by-step process for improving existing processes. Starting with define, we set the foundation by understanding what needs to be improved and what success looks like. This first step is vital because it guides all subsequent actions. By following this approach, we minimize risks, make informed decisions, and ultimately deliver better value to our customers and stakeholders. It's about working smarter, not just harder, and ensuring that every improvement sticks and makes a real difference. Now, let's discuss some of the key techniques we use to gather the voice of the customer. First, we have field observations and ethnography, where we immerse ourselves in the customer's environment to see how they interact with products and services firsthand. Social media monitoring is another powerful tool, allowing us to listen to what customers are saying online in real time. Customer complaint analysis helps us identify pain points and areas for improvement by carefully examining feedback from our customers. Focus groups and forums provide a space for open discussion, giving us deeper insights into customer perceptions and preferences. One-on-one interviews are also valuable, as they allow us to explore individual customer experiences in detail. Additionally, customer surveys and questionnaires give us quantitative data to understand broader trends and needs. All these techniques are part of our VOC collection methods, which are essential for aligning our product and service quality with what customers actually want. The goal is to ensure satisfaction and stay competitive. By gathering direct input from customers through these multiple channels, we can better understand their requirements, pain points, and what they desire most. This helps us truly capture what customers need, want, and expect from us. Ultimately, VOC is a systematic process. It's about translating customer requirements, expectations, and preferences into actionable insights. These insights then guide our product development and service improvements, ensuring we're always aligned with the customer's perspective. This approach is vital because it keeps the focus on what really matters, delivering value that meets and exceeds customer expectations. Let's start by understanding that statistical process control, or SPC, is all about monitoring process variation to keep things on track. The key idea here is that we need to distinguish between normal, random variations and those unusual patterns that could indicate a problem. Recognizing when a process is out of control is crucial because it allows us to step in early and prevent defects from piling up. Moving on, control charts are our main tool. They help us visualize process performance over time by setting upper and lower control limits. When data points stay within these limits, everything's generally okay. But if we see points outside the limits or unusual patterns, that's a signal that something might be off. Now, these signals could be caused by what we call special causes. Those are assignable or unusual events that disrupt the process. Or they could be due to common causes, which are inherent to the system itself. Identifying whether an issue stems from a special cause or a normal variation helps us decide how to respond. When we detect an out-of-control signal, say, a trend or a pattern that doesn't look random, it's a clear sign that an investigation is needed. We need to find the root cause and take corrective action before defects become widespread. Finally, remember that when conditions are out of control, immediate investigation is essential. We want to identify the root causes quickly and fix them, so the process can return to a stable, predictable state. This proactive approach is at the heart of effective quality management through SPC. Let's take a closer look at what process capability really means. When we say a process has excellent capability, it indicates very low defect rates are expected, which is ideal for quality and customer satisfaction. Moving to the next level, a process that's highly capable has a CP value greater than 2. This means the process comfortably meets the requirements and generally performs acceptably. Now, when a process is capable, with a CP above 1.33, it just barely meets the specifications, and some improvements are recommended to ensure better performance. If the process is marginally capable, with a CP of 1, it's really just meeting the minimum requirements, and significant improvements are needed to avoid defects. And finally, if the CP drops below 1, we're in trouble. The process cannot meet specifications at all, and major improvements are necessary. To clarify, our focus here is on the Process Capability Index, or CP, which is calculated using the USL, the LSL, and the Process Standard Deviation. The formula is CP equals the difference between the USL and LSL divided by 6 times the standard deviation. This formula helps us quantify how well our process can produce within the specified limits. So the key question CP answers is this process capable of meeting the requirements? It's a vital measure that helps us assess and improve our processes, ensuring quality and efficiency across the board. When employees are directly involved in quality management, it has a positive impact on our improvement initiatives. Engaged employees tend to take ownership of outcomes and are more committed to continuous improvement. This drives the overall quality impact because when people feel valued and empowered to contribute, motivation, job satisfaction, and commitment all increase. Involvement also helps break down silos within the organization. It enhances teamwork and creates a much better flow of information across different departments and levels. This improved communication makes it easier to identify issues and develop solutions collaboratively. Another key benefit is that frontline employees often have the best insights into process problems and opportunities for improvement. Their ownership of problem solving leads to more effective and innovative solutions. Ultimately, employee involvement transforms quality management from a top-down mandate into a shared organizational commitment. When everyone at all levels actively participates, organizations can unlock powerful benefits that support sustainable, long-term improvement. This approach truly aligns with our overall goal of fostering a culture of continuous quality enhancement. Let's talk about how Kaizen democratizes improvement. It recognizes that everyone, regardless of their position, can spot opportunities to improve processes. This grassroots approach encourages involvement from all levels, fostering a culture that values continuous enhancement. When we focus on eliminating waste systematically, we create a more efficient environment. Building a culture of constant improvement means everyone is always looking for ways to do things better. It's important to focus on the process itself, not just the results, because improvements in the process lead to better outcomes over time. Every employee has the ability to contribute improvement ideas, which makes the effort collective and more powerful. Remember, small daily changes, when accumulated, lead to significant gains. Instead of radical overhauls, Kaizen emphasizes continuous, incremental improvements, small steps that add up to big progress. The core principle here is that Kaizen, which means continuous improvement in Japanese, is all about making small, consistent improvements over time. This philosophy isn't about quick fixes, it's about sustainable, gradual growth. The primary focus of Kaizen in quality improvement is engaging everyone in the process and fostering a mindset of ongoing enhancement. Now let's look at how the Pareto chart works. It integrates bars, which show individual values, with a cumulative percentage line. This combination helps us see not just the size of each issue, but also how much the top issues contribute to the total impact. By visualizing both together, we can focus our limited resources on addressing the most significant problems first. This way, we maximize our improvement efforts and ensure the best return on investment. This approach is based on the Pareto principle, which suggests that about 80% of effects come from just 20% of causes. So, by concentrating our efforts on that crucial 20%, we can make the biggest difference. The chart displays problems, defects, or causes in descending order of frequency or impact, making it immediately clear which issues are the most pressing. In essence, the Pareto chart is a powerful analytical tool for quality professionals. It helps us prioritize improvement efforts by clearly identifying the most significant problems or causes. Combining bar graphs with line graphs, it visually reveals which issues deserve our immediate attention, guiding us to allocate resources where they will have the greatest impact. Let's take a closer look at the differences between DFSS and DMAIC. DFSS, or Design for Six Sigma, is all about designing new processes that are defect-free right from the start. It's focused on creating quality into the product or service from day one. On the other hand, DMAIC is about improving existing processes that may already have quality issues. Both methods are part of the Six Sigma family, but they serve different purposes. With DFSS, the goal is to integrate the customer's voice into every design decision, ensuring their needs are met from the beginning. It emphasizes preventing problems before they happen, rather than fixing them later. This approach involves thorough planning, rigorous design validation, and extensive testing to ensure the final product or process has minimal defects and maximum reliability right from inception. Essentially, DFSS is all about designing quality in from the very start. Its focus is on creating new products and processes that achieve Six Sigma quality levels, meaning only about 3.4 defects per million opportunities. So, in summary, DFSS is a systematic way to develop high-quality, reliable solutions from the ground up, aligning perfectly with the overall goal of continuous improvement and excellence. Let's start by setting the example ourselves and actively fostering a culture of continuous improvement. Remember, quality isn't just the responsibility of a few, it's everyone's job. We want to encourage innovation at every level, creating an environment where new ideas are welcomed and supported. Next, shaping culture involves ensuring that our strategies, processes, and employee efforts are all aligned toward common quality goals. When everyone is working in harmony, we create organizational coherence and a sharper focus on what truly matters. Facilitating alignment means driving organizational commitment to quality and performance excellence. We do this through consistent messaging, making sure resources are allocated effectively, and leading by example so that our team sees what commitment looks like in action. And of course, driving that commitment starts with leadership. Leaders need to craft and communicate a clear, compelling vision, one that defines what excellence means for our organization and explains why it's so important. Within the Baldrige framework, leadership isn't just about management. It's about setting the strategic direction, shaping the culture, and inspiring everyone to aim for excellence. Leaders must establish and consistently communicate this vision, making it a guiding light for all our efforts. Now, let's talk about leadership's role in process integration and improvement. It's essential that leaders actively oversee how processes come together, ensuring they function as a coherent system that truly serves customer needs. This means maintaining a focus on the entire process, from the initial customer request all the way through to the final delivery. It's not just about isolated activities or individual tasks, but about the full end-to-end flow. Leaders need to work to eliminate organizational silos. That's when different departments or teams become barriers to effective coordination. Breaking down these silos helps improve collaboration across the organization, making workflows smoother and more integrated. This brings us to the concept of cross-functional optimization. Most value-creating work flows horizontally across the organization, crossing traditional departmental boundaries. Recognizing and optimizing these cross-functional workflows is key to driving efficiency and quality. And that leads us to an important point. Organizations that focus on processes understand that quality isn't just about individual departments excelling on their own. Instead, quality emerges from well-designed, integrated systems that think horizontally across the organization. By doing so, they improve the overall flow and create better value for customers. Let's take a closer look at a methodology we use to monitor and control processes, statistical tools like control charts. These tools help us distinguish between what we call random variation, which is natural and expected in any process, and signals that indicate there might be a process change that needs our attention. This approach is known as statistical process control, or SPC. SPC is crucial because it allows us to identify whether variations in our process output are just normal or if they're caused by special factors that require intervention. Understanding this difference is fundamental to maintaining quality and improving our processes. Now, when we talk about variation, it's important to recognize that some variation is always present. If a process is stable, it produces consistent outputs over time, with only common cause variation, those small, natural fluctuations. When a process is stable, its behavior is predictable, and performance stays within expected limits without any unexpected shifts or trends. This leads us to the concept of process stability. Knowing whether a process is stable or not helps us manage quality effectively. If we understand these fundamental concepts, variation and stability, we can better control our processes and drive continuous improvement. In essence, these key concepts, process stability and variation, are the foundation of effective process management and quality assurance. They enable us to identify when a process is performing well and when it might need adjustment to meet our quality goals. Control charts are a fundamental part of statistical process control, or SPC, because they help us maintain quality in our processes. They allow us to see when something might need our attention and when everything is actually within normal limits. Essentially, they give us objective evidence that supports our decision-making. By using control charts, we can detect out-of-control conditions early before they become bigger problems. They help us distinguish between common cause variation, which is normal, and special cause variation, which indicates something unusual happening. Tracking variation patterns over time is another key benefit. It helps us monitor our process stability and consistency, making sure we're staying on track. The main function of control charts is to serve as our primary tool for observing how stable our processes are and spotting any variations. They provide a visual, clear picture of how our process is performing, which makes it easier to make data-driven decisions. So, in essence, control charts are crucial for monitoring process performance. They help us understand how well our processes are working over time and ensure we can respond promptly to any issues that arise. Let's take a closer look at the operational process involved in maintaining quality. Essentially, it starts with monitoring process outputs to ensure everything is functioning as expected. Then, we measure performance against established standards to see if we're meeting our goals. If there's any gap, we make necessary adjustments to the processes to keep the product or service at the desired quality level. This cycle is at the heart of quality control, which is all about adhering to defined standards, requirements, or customer needs. Specifications play a crucial role here. They clearly define the acceptable quality characteristics that our products must satisfy. Consistency is also vital. Producing the same high-quality level over time ensures our customers receive reliable, predictable products and services that meet their expectations repeatedly. To manage quality effectively, we need to understand these fundamental concepts, measurement and control, because they provide a common language for quality professionals. When we grasp these key ideas, we can better guide our activities and ensure continuous improvement. In summary, this process of monitoring, measuring, and adjusting underpins effective quality management, helping us deliver consistent, standards-compliant products that satisfy our customers. Now, let's explore how supporting continuous improvement initiatives and enhancing customer satisfaction are central to our quality management approach. Systematic quality enhancement efforts help us stay focused on consistent progress. Driving improvement means actively identifying and eliminating defects and process variability. When we do this, we reduce waste, cut rework costs, and ultimately minimize customer dissatisfaction. It's about making our processes more efficient and reliable. Next, reducing defects involves verifying that our outputs meet both customer specifications and the quality standards we've set. This step is crucial for ensuring we remain compliant with contractual and regulatory requirements, safeguarding our reputation and trust. Maintaining consistency is equally important. By delivering products and services of reliable quality over time, we build trust with our customers. Consistency leads to predictable performance, which is key to long-term success. Lastly, measuring and controlling quality serve objectives that go beyond just catching defects. These activities form the foundation for sustainable quality and continuous improvement. They help us understand where we stand and guide us toward ongoing enhancements that benefit both the organization and our customers. Let's explore the critical distinction between observable symptoms and underlying causes. Often, what we see are the symptoms, visible issues or signs of a problem. However, these symptoms are just the surface. The real challenge is understanding why they happen in the first place. Root cause analysis, or RCA, helps us go beyond these visible signs to identify the true causes behind them. To do this systematically, we use visual tools like the fishbone diagram, also known as the Ishikawa diagram. This tool categorizes potential causes into different groups, making it easier to organize our thoughts and analyze all possible factors comprehensively. Another powerful method is the 5 whys technique. This involves asking why repeatedly, usually 5 times, to peel back each layer of the problem. With each answer, we get closer to the fundamental root cause, rather than just addressing the symptoms. Understanding these RCA tools is essential because they enable us to investigate problems thoroughly and develop effective solutions. When we master these techniques, we improve our ability to identify and resolve issues at their core, rather than just treating the symptoms. This approach is key to long-term problem solving and continuous improvement across our processes. RCA, or root cause analysis, uses proven tools like the 5 whys technique and cause and effect diagrams to systematically investigate issues. These tools help us dig deeper into problems, going beyond just fixing the surface symptoms. The goal is to address the root causes, which leads to lasting improvements and helps prevent the same issues from coming back. By breaking the cycle of temporary fixes, we can improve overall process reliability. This means fewer recurring defects and failures, which ultimately enhances the quality and efficiency of our operations. It's all about focusing on eliminating the root causes, not just the symptoms, so we truly solve the problem at its core. The purpose of RCA is to conduct a thorough, systematic investigation that uncovers the fundamental reason why problems happen. Instead of stopping at the obvious or superficial issues, we look deeper to understand the systemic issues that are causing the problems. This way, we can identify the true, underlying causes and implement solutions that prevent future occurrences. Finding these fundamental causes is essential because it allows us to make meaningful, long-term improvements. That's the core purpose of root cause analysis, going beyond surface-level fixes to ensure that we address the real issues and enhance our processes overall. Let's talk about how forming a solid foundation for continuous improvement is essential. When we focus on identifying the root cause of problems, we're not just putting a Band-Aid on symptoms. Instead, we're preventing those issues from recurring and building more reliable, stable processes over time. By enabling lasting improvement through root cause analysis, we can target the real issues rather than just addressing surface-level symptoms. This approach supports implementing corrective actions that get to the heart of the problem, making our solutions more effective and sustainable. It's crucial to dig beneath the symptoms because that's where the most critical information lies. Without identifying the fundamental cause, our solutions tend to be temporary fixes that don't truly resolve the issue. Accurate problem definition is another key piece. When we clearly understand what's really wrong, we avoid wasting resources on misdirected efforts and ineffective solutions. Knowing the true problem shapes our entire approach to fixing it. And remember, identifying the root cause isn't just a step. It's the essential foundation for effective problem solving. Without it, any improvements are just short-term. This is the most critical component in our journey toward continuous improvement, ensuring that our efforts lead to sustainable, lasting change. Enhances product quality and customer satisfaction by systematically eliminating defects and reducing process variability that impacts performance. When we focus on reducing variability, we're directly improving the quality of our products and services, which leads to happier customers and stronger loyalty. Customer satisfaction is at the heart of this effort. The focus is on long-term, sustainable improvements rather than quick fixes. It's about building capability into our processes so that improvements are permanent, not temporary Band-Aids. This approach ensures that we don't just solve problems temporarily, but create lasting value. We utilize rigorous statistical analysis through the DMAIC framework: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. This structured methodology helps us make objective decisions based on data, reducing guesswork and increasing our chances of success. Six Sigma specifically targets process variation and defects. Its goal is to reach a level of near perfection, about 3.4 defects per million opportunities. That's an incredibly high standard, but it pushes us toward excellence and continuous improvement. Ultimately, Six Sigma is a rigorous, data-driven approach for process improvement. Its primary focus is on reducing variation and defects to unprecedented levels, helping us deliver the highest quality products and services possible. This process improvement focus aligns perfectly with our overall goal of achieving operational excellence and exceeding customer expectations. On this slide, we see that Six Sigma simultaneously achieves several key objectives: reducing costs, improving quality, shortening cycle times, and enhancing customer satisfaction all at once. This integrated approach ensures that improvements are comprehensive and impactful. We also emphasize that these efforts involve diverse teams with multiple perspectives. This cross-functional collaboration is crucial because it allows us to address system-wide issues more effectively, tapping into different expertise and insights for more thorough solutions. A core aspect of Six Sigma is its heavy reliance on statistical methods. By using data to identify and reduce variation, we make decisions that are objective and fact-based, rather than relying on opinions or assumptions. This scientific approach helps us ensure that our improvements are sustainable and truly impactful. The framework of DMAIC, define, measure, analyze, improve, control, is fundamental here. First, we define the problems and set goals. Then, we measure baseline data to understand the current state. Next, we analyze the data to identify root causes of issues. Based on these insights, we implement solutions to improve processes. Finally, through control measures, we sustain these improvements over time. This structured methodology guides us systematically through process improvements, combining rigorous statistical analysis with cross-functional teamwork. It's this disciplined approach that makes Six Sigma so effective in delivering measurable, lasting results. Now let's talk about SIPOC, which stands for Suppliers, Inputs, Process, Outputs, and Customers. It provides a high-level overview that is incredibly useful for clarifying project boundaries early on. By mapping out these elements, we can identify who the key stakeholders are and ensure everyone has a shared understanding before diving into detailed analysis. Starting with the question, who receives the process outputs? That's our customers. Recognizing both internal and external customers helps us understand who is affected by the process and who benefits from its outputs. Next, what does the process produce? These are our outputs, be it products, services, or information generated by the process. Clearly defining outputs ensures we understand what the process is delivering. Then, we look at the high-level process steps. This is the process itself, an overview of the main activities that transform inputs into outputs. It's about seeing the big picture of how things get done. Speaking of inputs, what does the process need to operate? Inputs include the materials, information, and resources necessary for the process to function smoothly. And finally, who provides those inputs? That's our suppliers, both internal and external sources of the materials, information, or services required. During the define phase of DMAIC, tools like the SIPOC diagram are essential. They help teams clearly understand and communicate the scope, boundaries, and key elements of the process. In essence, SIPOC is the primary tool to set a solid foundation before moving into detailed analysis, ensuring everyone is aligned on what the process entails and who it impacts. Now, let's talk about establishing baseline performance. Common metrics we use include defect rates, cycle time, process variation, and customer satisfaction scores. These metrics are essential because they give us a clear, factual picture of how our processes are currently performing. This data-driven baseline is the foundation for root cause analysis, helping us identify where issues originate. It also helps us verify that our improvement efforts are actually making a difference. During this phase, we need to validate our measurement systems to ensure accuracy, measure critical process characteristics, and identify any performance gaps compared to our goals. Establishing baseline metrics and benchmarks allows us to understand where we stand. We systematically collect detailed performance data, which then becomes the basis for analysis. The key activities in the measure phase focus on gathering and analyzing this comprehensive data. This creates a solid factual foundation for all the improvement efforts that follow. By understanding our current state thoroughly, we can make informed decisions and set realistic targets for improvement. Ultimately, this phase is about establishing a clear picture of where we are, so we can confidently move toward where we want to be. Supports ongoing continuous improvement and innovation by providing structured assessment, feedback, and learning opportunities. This means that organizations can keep refining their processes and stay ahead by regularly evaluating how they're doing and encouraging a culture of learning and growth. Continuous improvement enhances leadership involvement and accountability by establishing clear performance expectations and systematic review processes. When leaders are actively engaged and held accountable, it ensures that everyone stays focused on their goals and that progress is consistently monitored and managed. Leadership accountability is crucial because it promotes a culture where leaders take responsibility for results across all levels. This leads to more effective decision-making and a stronger drive toward achieving organizational excellence. Speaking of excellence, organizational excellence promotes a comprehensive approach that covers all organizational functions, from leadership and strategy to daily operations and results. It's about creating a unified effort toward high performance and continuous success. And tying it all together is strategic alignment. This ensures that our daily activities support our long-term goals and organizational mission. When everything is aligned strategically, our efforts become more focused and effective. Now, implementing the Baldrige framework offers big benefits. It provides a holistic management system that drives excellence not just in quality, but across every part of the organization. It's a comprehensive approach that helps organizations become more efficient, effective, and resilient, taking their performance to the next level. Servant leadership stands in stark contrast to autocratic or authoritative styles, which often restrict employee engagement and can stifle innovation. Instead, servant leaders focus on empowering their employees and fostering collaborative environments. This approach helps unlock the full potential of the organization and drives us toward achieving quality excellence. When we build a culture centered on quality and continuous improvement, we create psychological safety, an environment where innovation can thrive. Developing people to reach their full potential is key, and it involves removing barriers that hinder employee success. Encouraging collaboration, trust, and a shared vision further strengthens this culture. At its core, servant leadership emphasizes serving and empowering employees rather than exercising control or authority. This style is truly the most effective for building organizations dedicated to quality, because it puts people first and aligns everyone toward common goals. Knowledge management is all about turning raw data into actionable intelligence. It enables organizations to learn not just from their successes, but also from their failures. By doing this, organizations can make decisions based on solid evidence rather than assumptions. This continuous learning helps improve performance over time. Facilitating organizational learning builds capability, supports innovation, and allows for rapid responses to quality issues and new opportunities. When we analyze data to extract meaningful insights and then share that knowledge effectively across the organization, we empower decision-makers at all levels to act more confidently and accurately. Systematic data collection is the foundation of this process. It involves gathering relevant information from various sources, whether it's processes, customers, markets, or competitors, to create a comprehensive knowledge base. This thorough approach ensures we have the facts needed to drive improvement. In essence, effective knowledge management is critical for achieving and sustaining performance excellence. Organizations must systematically collect, analyze, and utilize data to make informed decisions. This ongoing cycle of learning and improvement is what keeps organizations competitive and resilient in today's dynamic environment. Let's take a moment to review some key Six Sigma terminology that is fundamental to our understanding and effective implementation of the methodology. First, we have the DMAIC process: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. This is the structured approach that guides us through problem-solving in a systematic way, ensuring we address issues thoroughly and sustainably. Next, we look at Sigma level, which is a statistical measure of process capability and variability. Essentially, a higher Sigma level indicates fewer defects, meaning a more capable and reliable process. For example, achieving a Six Sigma level corresponds to just 3.4 defects per million opportunities, or DPMO, which reflects near-perfect quality. Speaking of DPMO, this stands for defects per million opportunities. It's a standardized metric that allows us to compare different processes, regardless of their complexity. We calculate DPMO by dividing the number of defects by the total opportunities for defects, then multiplying by 1 million. Now, a defect is any instance where a product or process fails to meet a specification or customer requirement. Recognizing defects is crucial because each one represents an opportunity for us to improve. Understanding these core terms, defect, DPMO, Sigma level, helps create a common language among practitioners. This shared understanding is essential for effective communication and successful project execution. By mastering this vocabulary, we can better analyze our processes, identify areas for improvement, and ultimately deliver higher quality outcomes for our customers. By eliminating defects, rework, and waste, Six Sigma not only helps us cut costs, but also enhances quality and boosts customer satisfaction. The goal here is more than just efficiency. It's about achieving extremely low error rates that give us a real competitive edge and make our customers truly happy. Six Sigma is a rigorous, data-driven approach that leverages statistical methods to reduce variability in our processes. This helps us achieve consistent results, which is essential for building trust and reliability in what we deliver. The core focus of Six Sigma is dramatically reducing defects. We aim for near-perfect performance levels. Think of it as striving for no more than 3.4 defects per million opportunities. This high standard pushes us to continually improve and exceed traditional quality expectations. Ultimately, Six Sigma is all about achieving near-perfect performance with minimal errors. It's not just about fixing problems. It's about creating a culture of continuous improvement that leads to better products, happier customers, and a stronger competitive position. When we talk about a quality culture, it's important to understand that it's not just about marketing slogans or simply speeding up production. Instead, it's about making sure that everyone in the organization, from top executives to frontline workers, truly embraces quality as a personal priority and a shared responsibility. This means that maintaining high standards becomes second nature, even without constant supervision. Key elements of this culture include having a customer focus in every action we take, fostering a mindset of continuous improvement, and ensuring that quality considerations are part of all our decisions. It's also about empowering employees to take ownership of quality outcomes and consistently exhibiting behaviors that prioritize quality. Ultimately, quality becomes a core organizational value, deeply embedded in how we operate. It's like an invisible force that influences how employees think about and approach quality every day. This concept of embedding quality into our DNA means we're integrating these principles into our organization's core values, beliefs, and behaviors. It's this deep integration that truly shapes the way we work and helps us build a strong, sustainable quality culture. When it comes to leadership, it's important to understand what it is and what it isn't. Sometimes, people think leadership is just about cutting costs or avoiding contact with employees. But that's not the case. Effective quality leaders are actually highly visible, accessible, and personally involved in improvement efforts. They don't just delegate tasks from a distance. They roll up their sleeves and show their commitment through action. Modeling the right behaviors is critical. Leaders must demonstrate their dedication to quality, continuous learning, and customer focus through what they do every day. This isn't about just talking the talk, it's about walking the walk. Providing clear strategic direction is also essential. Leaders need to align quality goals with the overall organizational objectives. When everyone understands what the priorities are and how their work contributes, it creates a shared sense of purpose and focus. Creating a culture of accountability is another key point. We want individuals and teams to take ownership of quality outcomes. That means holding people accountable for both their performance and their continuous improvement efforts. When accountability is embedded in the culture, quality becomes part of how everyone operates. And of course, leaders must participate personally in quality initiatives. It's not enough to delegate responsibility and step back. Visible engagement signals that quality is a top priority and demonstrates true commitment. When leaders are actively involved, they inspire others and reinforce the importance of continuous improvement. Leadership for performance excellence is really about more than just overseeing. It's about being actively engaged, being visible, and setting the right example. When leaders lead by personal involvement and model the behaviors they want to see, they foster a culture where accountability and continuous improvement thrive. That's the true power of effective leadership in driving quality. Unlike Pareto charts that focus on tracking how often things happen or control charts that monitor processes over time, scatter diagrams are all about visualizing the relationship between two continuous variables. When you look at a scatter diagram, you can start to see patterns emerge, like a positive correlation, where both variables increase together, or a negative correlation, where one goes up as the other goes down. Sometimes, you might see no clear pattern at all, which indicates no correlation. It's important to distinguish correlation from causation here. Just because two things move together doesn't mean one causes the other. Scatter diagrams are really useful for supporting root-cause analysis and helping us validate hypotheses about how variables are related. They also help us explore potential cause and effect relationships, giving us a visual way to identify correlations and trends within our data. Think of a scatter diagram as a simple but powerful statistical tool. By plotting data points on X and Y axes, it reveals patterns, relationships, and possible causal links between variables. This makes it an invaluable visualizing tool for understanding complex relationships in our process or dataset. Remember, TQM is not just about short-term financial gains or marketing initiatives. It's a comprehensive management philosophy that requires a long-term commitment and a cultural transformation within the organization. TQM demands organization-wide engagement, meaning that quality is everyone's responsibility, not just the quality department or management. Customer focus is at the heart of all quality efforts. Understanding what our customers need and exceeding their expectations is the ultimate goal and the best way to measure our success. Continuous improvement is a foundational element of TQM. It means that we are always looking for better ways to serve our customers and improve our processes. Active employee participation at all levels is essential. Everyone should contribute ideas, take ownership, and share responsibility for maintaining and improving quality. Finally, TQM emphasizes some fundamental principles that set it apart from traditional management approaches. Grasping these core principles is critical for successful TQM implementation and truly embedding quality into our culture. The analyze phase uses a variety of powerful tools such as Pareto charts, cause and effect diagrams, regression analysis, and hypothesis testing. These tools help us identify the vital few factors that have the most significant impact on quality. By conducting this rigorous analysis, we ensure that our improvement efforts are targeted at addressing the true root causes, rather than just symptoms. This phase is all about building a fact-based understanding of the problems we're facing. It helps us prioritize opportunities for improvement and validate our hypotheses through statistical analysis. It's essential to distinguish between symptoms and actual root causes so we can focus on fixing what truly matters. Additionally, we analyze process data to uncover patterns and trends, which can point us toward underlying issues. The key activities in this phase involve systematically investigating the causes of defects and inefficiencies. Remember, the analyze phase is the investigative heart of the DMAIC methodology. After defining our goals and measuring current performance, it's about digging deep to identify the true root causes of our problems. That way, our subsequent improvements will be effective and sustainable. Unlike control charts, which track data over time and help us see how our process behaves across a period, histograms give us a snapshot of the data distribution at a specific point in time. They answer the question, what is the shape of our data? This is different from control charts that focus on whether our process is stable over time. Histograms are especially useful for spotting patterns in process behavior. They help us identify whether the data is normal, skewed, or has multiple peaks, what we call bimodal distributions. They also reveal common causes of variation that can impact our process. When we use histograms, we're visualizing important aspects such as variation, central tendency, and how spread out the data is. This makes it easier for us and others to immediately see statistical patterns without crunching numbers constantly. The core idea is that histograms display the frequency distribution of data. They do this by grouping data into bins or ranges, and then showing the count of data points in each range with bars of different heights. In essence, histograms are fundamental tools in quality management. They give us a visual representation of how data is spread across different ranges, making variation clear and understandable. By doing this, they help us better grasp the overall process behavior and identify areas that may need attention. When it comes to avoiding short-term thinking, It's crucial to understand that organizations can't rely solely on quick fixes like short-term campaigns or cost-cutting measures to sustain quality. True quality is about more than just immediate results. It requires an enduring commitment to ongoing improvement and genuinely satisfying our customers. This means regularly reinforcing our quality values, ensuring everyone in the organization understands and aligns with those principles. Leadership plays a key role here. Consistent, sustained commitment from top management helps embed quality into the fabric of the organization. It's also important to adopt a long-term perspective rather than chasing quick wins. Quality isn't a one-time project or a quick fix. It's an ongoing process that evolves over time. We need to maintain a strong, continuous focus on understanding and meeting customer needs. And remember, continuous improvement isn't a one-off goal. It's a permanent journey. Building and sustaining quality is an ongoing effort, something we commit to indefinitely, not just as a short-term initiative. So, in essence, building and sustaining quality is about embracing a long-term mindset, fostering a culture of continuous improvement, and keeping our customers' needs at the heart of everything we do. This approach ensures that quality becomes an integral part of our organization's DNA, not just a temporary objective. Now, let's look at how this strategic focus ensures that quality efforts are not just isolated activities within individual departments. Instead, they become an integral part of our overall organizational strategy. This approach helps us drive a real competitive advantage and supports long-term success, moving beyond just improving advertising or production speed. It's essential that we integrate quality management into our strategic planning processes. By doing so, quality considerations influence our strategy right from the beginning, shaping our goals and initiatives from the outset. Creating this integration is a key step. It means aligning our quality objectives directly with our strategic goals, ensuring they work hand in hand to support the organization's mission and vision. Using performance metrics is also critical. These metrics provide us with objective, data-driven evidence that helps support strategic decision-making. They guide us in allocating resources effectively and setting priorities that truly matter for our success. Furthermore, we need to ensure that our process improvement efforts are aligned with our strategic priorities. This way, we focus our resources on areas that will most impact our success and help us achieve our long-term objectives. Finally, explicitly connecting quality objectives to our overall business goals ensures that every quality initiative we undertake advances our mission and vision. When we link quality to strategy, we create a powerful synergy. This convergence means that process improvements support business goals, ultimately leading to sustainable competitive advantage. In summary, effective strategy and performance excellence come from this clear linkage, aligning quality objectives with the broader organizational strategy to ensure our efforts are cohesive and impactful. Congratulations on reaching the end of this comprehensive review of quality assurance management principles. Now, it's time to think about how you can put these concepts into action to build excellence within your organization. Remember, neglecting any of these elements, whether it's conducting regular reviews, demonstrating strong leadership commitment, or involving employees, can really threaten the sustainability of quality. It can even cause organizations to slip back into old habits and behaviors that we've worked so hard to change. Fostering consistent employee involvement is absolutely vital. When employees feel engaged and invested, they develop a sense of ownership and are more likely to contribute ideas and innovations. This kind of involvement helps sustain quality efforts without the need for constant supervision, because people take pride in their work. Leadership commitment is equally crucial. Leaders need to be visible and actively support quality initiatives through their words, actions, and the resources they allocate. When leadership demonstrates a strong, ongoing commitment, it sets the tone and encourages the entire organization to follow suit. Regular reviews are also key. These reviews help us gauge our progress toward quality goals, spot any emerging issues early, and adjust our strategies as conditions change. It's all about staying agile and responsive. Finally, maintaining quality and performance excellence over the long term requires ongoing, systematic attention to core organizational elements. Success depends on our ability to stay focused, committed, and engaged even after achieving initial improvements. This sustained effort is what truly leads to lasting excellence.